For today's episode, we're going to be continuing the install of the lightweight flywheel and the stage 3 clutch on the Turbo 300ZX. First, we put in the pilot bushing. Then after the pilot bushing, we put the dust plate. Then after putting the dust plate, we go ahead and line up the flywheel, get the bolts in. We tighten the bolts lightly to hand tight. After we hand tight the bolts, we torque them using torque specs, which I think were 30 foot-pounds. I don't remember, but after that, we just mark the bolts we torqued so we know which ones we've torqued already and make sure we don't miss a single one. After that, we get ready and clean the surface of the flywheel. We install the clutch pack, and then we're going to install the clutch itself. So we got to make sure it lines up perfectly. It would only line up one way, so make sure you line it up good. And then we go ahead and we start putting in the bolts. Again, we tighten it and we torque it. This one I just went away right away, torqued it. I didn't even tighten it because the bolts weren't that long. So we torque it. After we torque it to manufacturer spec, we make sure it's all good. Then after that, we're going to move on to the transmission and install this upgraded clutch fork we got. We start with the pivot ball, then we look at our bearing, put our bearing and our upgraded heavy-duty clutch fork in from Z1 Motorsports. Shout out to them. And then make sure it all slides nice and greased up. And then at the end of that, we bring back the transmission, install it back, and it's ready for a drive.